You know how you have like a whole list of things that you just want to do or you need to do, but for whatever reason or another, you just don't necessarily do it? Not because you don't want to, but because, things just hasn't really been lining up in a way. That's kind of how I've been feeling about certain video ideas. There has been video ideas I have also recorded, but never really touched upon when it comes like to a video type standard. I know you're probably thinking, why am I talking about this? Well, because there is so many different ideas that I kind of want to make this video as a personal reminder of different ideas to think about, but then at the very same time, just to see and kind of gauge what other people think to these type of things, as well as just kind of talk about certain other things as well, right? Because there has been plenty of times where I thought, hey, talking about the rate the waifu of fighting game women, that's something I haven't done in a long ass time. What about Reina from Tekken 8? I should probably talk about her at some point, and different other things that is waifu related. I still have a gargantuan list of waifu materials I have not done, and hell, don't even get me started when it comes to gacha women, or just other female characters that's been introduced that I haven't really touched upon at all. I'm still trying to do and figure out a Farina video. So when it comes down to it, there's still plenty of things I just haven't done. Outside of things that's waifu related, hell, there is gameplay footage of TXKO, which is like the League of Legends fighting game that had the closed beta back in August. I didn't get the chance to actually talk about that because the channel was under attack that week in August, which you should know because the channel got hidden by that time and all that sort of stuff, but we're not going to get back into that. And I still haven't talked about my experience with the game, much less I got to, platinum rank in Street Fighter 6, which is still something I am very proud of. And to my honest credit, I have been thinking about a long time ago, how do I feel about fighting games now that I've played platinum rank and basically gotten to that level? And there is a lot to feel about that type of stuff. Overall, there is just plenty of ideas that I really want to do, and there's plenty of ideas that has been locked in my brain, and sometimes I push it off because sometimes I worry about, is anybody ever gonna watch these type of things? Like, sure, I can talk about, hey, Street Fighter is actually pretty hard and solid as a fighting game, much less all types of fighting games, but at the very same time, would anybody really be interested in those ideas? In the same kind of boat of anything JSX4 related, I would like to do more Kokatsu stuff, but sometimes the fear of, hey, maybe not everybody's gonna care, is always lingering in the back of my brain, and it honestly puts down a lot of good ideas. Like the time I was thinking maybe I should make Symphony be turned into Batman for some reason, or having a whole idea with something with Zenless Zone Zero, things of the sort like that. And I just don't do it because I don't necessarily know how people would engage with this type of content. Hell, there's actually a whole video that I actually did do, but I don't like how it came out because I kind of broke it apart with a whole different other discussion. But when it comes down to it though, the idea was essentially looking at different NSFW artists' original characters and seeing who's the best ones. Like someone like Zontan or anything that Dives created, and I've been thinking about that a long time ago. And again, I've done that sort of video, but it was mixed in with the 2D video that ended up basically kind of just, pawning off as a whole waifu material unintentionally. So I kind of just butchered the hell out that thing. So now I kind of have to refigure it out and do it again, and still kind of look through a lot of other NSFW artists to figure out who is the top bean. Maybe I might just make a part 1 and just, save what I have and kind of just put it out there, but still nonetheless, it's something that I've been thinking about. And then as far as serious videos go, I mean, there's not really too much to talk about that you don't know. Whether it's something about, the gaming industry and how it sucks dick and monkey balls, or it's about my real life and anything that pertains to it that you probably just don't want to hear at this standpoint, which, understandable. But there is not really much to me to say about anything serious unless something suddenly just pops up that kind of affects everyone or just has an interest in me because well, I see it a lot, so I have to comment on it. And that's just kind of how I feel. Like, how many times have I seen the dumbass people online that keeps referring to Lolly as many different things? It's a vibe, they say, while I beat their ass and try to crash out like Rock Lee from the Naruto Unhinged series. Like, it is what it is when it comes down to that. And going back to J64, I still haven't done backstories for a lot of the female characters that are original. Hell, there's been multiple times I had thought about, hey, I should do an Aoki backstory, but I haven't effing done it for whatever dumbass reason. And that's kind of also another thing about would people even care? Would people watch it? Because I haven't really built up Aoki that great at all when it comes down to it. And for those that probably don't know who the hell I'm talking about the yellow fox chick that's within the story if you paid attention for even 2 seconds. But when it comes down to it, I don't blame you for not knowing the character like that, because I haven't really done anything with the character, and hopefully I'll change that soon. There's been multiple times where I've been playing certain video games where I wanted to talk about, like Persona 3 Reload and, episode I guess that I did finish like last month, and then the whole thing with Genshin and its fake ass Sky that happened with the recent Archon quest. There's plenty of things that I would like to talk about, but the fear factor of will people care kinda always gets in the damn way. And it's not necessarily your fault if you don't want to watch it or anything like that. That's perfectly fine. Watch what you want to watch. But it just kind of prevents me to think about, maybe I shouldn't do this idea. Maybe I should go ahead and talk about something else that we already know works. And that kind of puts me in a weird position to kind of not try anything else, because I'm so keen on just hitting certain things and trying to get to certain milestones like the 3K, which it's not necessarily easy to kind of think about this type of stuff. But when it comes down to it though, it shows a lot of these ideas, and it's a bit unfortunate. I even thought about reviving a dead series that I started on Patreon, which is Rate the Cosplays. But honestly, if I did that, I feel like I'm just going to be gooning all the time and just talking about how big the tits of Hidori Rose is. So maybe I shouldn't do that one. But still, nonetheless, there is plenty of ideas that I honestly want to do, to jump into. Hell, wanting to essentially bring a part of that more cleaner side of content, like games and stuff, into the forefront, a part of my channel, which doesn't necessarily replace anything, but to bring it out to be like, hey, we talk about shit like Kingdom Hearts over here, because I thoroughly enjoyed the game. Where the hell is Kingdom Hearts 4's trailer at? It's taken 2,000 years. But you get the point though. It's like sometimes I really want to bring up these ideas, but I don't know what actually would happen. Granted, this is the internet. This is YouTube. Talking about random ass ideas somehow can actually prevent and maybe not give you the growth that you want, but at the very same time can give you tremendous growth. Like, was anybody expecting a whole bunch of people to come through watching the video where I talked about, the only reason why I watch RWBY, which is the dumbass meme of just Peter Griffin spying on girls in a freaking locker room? Absolutely not. But that's the internet though. And then sometimes I just have certain urges to kind of talk about certain shows, certain characters, or things like that, but I have zero idea on what that would be. I've been wanting to go back and talk about the cast of RWBY again. In some shape and form, I've been wanting to go ahead and talk about something Danganronpa related. It's been 5,000 years, but I don't know what to talk about regarding it, because I feel like I said everything I wanted to say, but there's still something there I want to do. And that's like a whole bunch of other things as well. And not necessarily also adding any type of helping matters to this is my shitty ass laptop that can't necessarily deal with Koikatsu and editing cache with the memory storage all the damn time. So it's not necessarily easy. Hell, it's barely probably rendering this video because of the damn gameplay in the background. So it's not necessarily easy. But those are a lot of the fun ideas that I've been thinking about, or I just straight up want to do. And honestly, I guess the real question is, would anybody will be down for some of these ideas? Maybe not every idea is going to hit, and maybe the point is to just try to see what ends up happening. But then I don't want to necessarily just I guess I had the fear and hesitation of holding back, mainly because I don't necessarily know what will become of certain videos. Certain videos I've done before in the past that I think is excellent and I might have edited to a high degree, only for it to not necessarily work the way I thought it was. Maybe it's the old 2 years ago mindset that I have where things wasn't working out, hell, even a year ago, but still nonetheless, it's something that has been, I guess, plaguing my thoughts of what I've been wanting to do. Trying to get something out there every single day, or at least as plenty of time as much as I can. It's just a bit rough, honestly. And obviously, I feel super obligated to honestly upload as much as possible, especially since life hasn't been the kindest to me, especially since I can find really can't find any type of work at all and all that type of stuff, and it's just not necessarily been helpful to my mental health. And doing this content has been the only thing that's been actually preserving whatever mental health I have left. Because truth be told, which I feel like it's very obvious since I've been doing this for 5 years, I very much enjoy doing content. I very much enjoy interacting with a whole bunch of people. And when it comes down to it, it's literally changed my life in a way where I feel mentally better when I'm doing things like this, making content for you guys. Even though half the time I struggle with it, but still it's fun to just do it. And that's why I guess I really wanted to throw some of these ideas out there where you can actually know what it is, because there's been plenty of thoughts have been in my brain and plenty of things I've been wanting to do, but I just either haven't really had the stress-free mindset to not necessarily do it, or I'm basically just holding off on it because I don't know what would happen if I did said video or said content, which is a bit crazy considering how much lolly content I've done and kind of was just like F it and just kind of do it, which kind of makes all the other videos seem like, how is the other things a risk, but when you do lolly content you don't think about the risk at all? I don't know, that's just how my brain is, but still nonetheless, it's just something that I've been thinking about for a minute, and hopefully maybe one of these days, if we get some type of stability in life, or at least I get some stability in life, maybe when it comes down to it, I can just kind of do these ideas without stressing too much and without worrying about things of IRL too much, even though, again, things have been positive. But still, nonetheless, I wanted to basically just kind of throw this stuff out there, kind of just bring it up and kind of just seeing, again, where you guys gauge at it and just see how it kind of goes. But that's really what I want to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on the way out. Also follow my socials and let's donate to the channel. Kofi and Cash App is available as well. And until next video, signing off. Have a blessed day.